Why is it so difficult to function, to do daily things that you're used to doing every day and that are important to be able to do every day? Why is it so difficult to function when you're withdrawing from drugs? Why does even the merest conversation, short conversation or interaction with anyone or anything tax you to the limit after 3 seconds? It's because you've messed up the balance. You screwed the homeostasis between the sympathetic and parasympathetic with the inebriates that you were doing. You're altering the quality of your water, everything that your water is connected to. So, basically what's going on here is that after a certain time of abusing this balance and altering it artificially, it becomes artificially altered, oddly enough. And that means that once you stop inducing the inebriate, once you stop artificially changing your water and your body chemistry and your brain chemistry especially, well then it's naturally going to try and recalibrate. It's going to try and renormalize. That means that it is trying to reestablish its balance with the sympathetic nervous system, because you've been pushing the parasympathetic button over and over and over again in order to maintain the homeostasis in your brain and in your consciousness. And that's what it requires when you're constantly using. In order to feel normal, you have to use something that you've been using before to feel normal. So, when you stop doing that, the real struggle is to be able to establish that balance again without additives that change irrevocably, almost, thank God, but nearly irrevocably change your water and your brain chemistry. So, say that I was speaking this to you in person and you were having to engage the sympathetic nervous system, just like I am to tell this to you. But you were kicking, right? And you're just sitting there listening to me and you can't focus. Every word is just like giving you a headache. And what's going on there? Well, that's your body trying to recalibrate, and it's receiving too much stimuli. You're having to use the sympathetic nervous system too much, even though you're using it very little. Even though you're sort of, part of the time engaging in observer mode, learning. This is why it's very important for drug counselors, for rehab counselors, for family, for friends, to understand this balance and how it has been altered, the homeostasis between the sympathetic and parasympathetic that balance has been altered in everyone who uses drugs. And it is going to be going haywire, that balance, when they kick. So anyone around someone who's kicking needs to be very conscious of the fact that these people can only handle very limited stimuli. Very limited stimuli. They need only stimuli that stirs up parasympathetic activity. Sympathetic nervous system activity when you are kicking is problematic. That's why it's so hard when you're kicking, if you're in the mid-kick and you're like, oh my God, I got all this shit I have to do. How am I going to possibly manage that? Fuck. Oh, I better go use, because I won't be able to contend with this in my current mental state. So that's the first conclusion. Then the second conclusion that you reach when you're going out to score, unless it's really easy, even if it's really easy, if you have to leave the house in your state of kicking and you go out to have to fucking score wherever you have to score, let's say it's on the street and you gotta find, you gotta find the right guy and all this stuff. You gotta wait for them to get the shit. Man, that is some heavy sympathetic nervous system activity, brah. It's like, dude, I don't want to fuck with that. That's what your body's telling you when you're kicking that. No, let's stay home in bed. No, but I feel like shit when I stay home in bed too. I feel worse. I gotta fix this. No, you don't, man. Use your tools. It's funny. I used to wonder why, drug dealers would, sit on the same corner where people get popped over and over and over again. And when you would go over them to cop, you'd say, hey, man, can we walk somewhere else and do this? And they would be like, no, man, gotta do it right here. Yeah, right now. Yeah, here. Yeah. I ain't fucking walking, fuck that shit. And they weren't even physically impaired. They're just like, no. I'm feeling good. I'm high. I'm making money. I'll walk away. That's probably the primary reason. If I walk away, I'll lose customers because my people walking up. Anyhow, whatever the reason is, curious syndrome. Anyhow, I digress. I'm going to sign off because once again, we're at 8 minutes. That's about pushing it for talking for me. 8 minutes in a stretch. Damn, too sympathetic.